Hi there, my name's Ed Thorell from Firearms Education and Training. We want to thank you again for joining us on Shooter the Series. As you can notice, we're actually working on an active and live firearms range. So you are going to hear some gunfire in the background. That's not dubbed. We didn't add that in the studio. That's the real deal. We'd like to thank you all for joining us, and especially when you leave us comments and questions. And we're here today for this video because we want to tackle one of those questions and observations that came from Rob out in Ladera Heights. In an earlier video, Rob noticed that we had a couple of guns in a demonstration that had the hammer back, and he was curious if that was a safe practice. Well, having the hammer back on a pistol isn't necessarily safe or unsafe as long as you understand the operations of the pistol and why the hammer was back. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through and discuss that and give Rob an answer to his question. Now, first thing you want to do with handling any firearm is to make sure, first of all, that you drop the magazine. You want to open up the slide, be able to show that the gun is safe, and that way we can do a demonstration and everybody knows that the firearm is safe to work with, nobody's going to get hurt. Now, Rob's question had to do with the hammer being back. And one of the things that you'll notice in the normal operation of any semi-automatic pistol is the slide moves back and forth. And one of the functions that it does is cocking the pistol. So the gun could be empty, but the hammer could be back. So what we wanted to do today was talk about the various operations of the slide so that you kind of break down some of the mystery of what's going on with the inside of the gun. And we're going to start by doing this demonstration with what we call dummy rounds. These are plastic tipped, they have no primer, they have no gunpowder, they do not fire, they are completely inert and safe for demonstrations, which is exactly why we're using them. And we're going to use these so that we can show exactly why the gun is safe and answer Rob's question. Now, to understand how the pistol works, we're going to start by sliding the magazine into the pistol. Give it a little tap, finger off the trigger, and one of the things that you're going to notice as the slide comes back, it's going to pick up the cartridge off the top of the magazine and feed it into the slide. The gun would be fired. During recoil, the slide would come back, it would eject the round, cock the hammer, and on its return would feed a new cartridge into the pistol. And this is going to happen every time that you pull the trigger. That's why it's called a semi-automatic pistol. It semi-automatically loads itself and it's ready to fire. When the magazine is empty, you're going to notice that the slide locks open on an empty magazine. This is another way to demonstrate that the gun is empty and that it's safe. So at this point, we have an empty pistol. But I just wanted to reiterate that the slide performs three different functions. It feeds a fresh cartridge, it extracts a cartridge, and as the slide moves back and forth, it's going to cock the hammer and get it ready to fire. Anyway, that about wraps it up for this particular episode. Once again, we'd like to thank Rob from Ladera Heights for sending his question and letting us tackle the answer. Once again, my name's Ed Thorell from Firearms Education and Training. We'd like to thank you again for watching this episode of Shooter. Please leave us comments and questions below. It'd be great if you guys liked our channel, or even better, subscribe. You can also check us out on our website, shooter.com, or you can come check us out on one of our Facebook pages. Anyway, we hope you all have a good, safe day out at the range. Thanks again for tuning in.